Hey, it's Bill Gross, the LA probate expert, and they're lying to us. Now, I have to admit, I'm getting a little frustrated. I feel like time has been tough enough people struggling physically, health-wise, emotionally, business-wise. And I'm in real estate where every day we get bombarded with information. I think most of it's wrong. And I think I'm going to call out what I would say today is they're not telling us the truth on purpose. They're lying to us. How could I possibly say that? If you know me, I'm not really a conspiracy theory. Who's the they? The real estate press and some of our banking leaders who should be leading our economy, not worrying about political implications. And why they're lying to us, I don't know the why part, but let's take a look at what I want to call the three big lies today. Number one, rates are going up. Now, for weeks, we were looking at interest rates. If I go back to the beginning of the year, it is true that rates went up significantly from below 3.5% up until 6% around early June. But since that time, they've come down. In fact, if you look at the rates since June 10th or so, you'll see that rates peaked at 6.285% or so. Let me see if I can get the numbers. And then dropped back down today to 5.13%. But we had headline after headline, not that rates went up, but the rates are going up as though they're going to go up forever. And it might be over time or some factor changes that we enter a hyperinflation. But based on the stats in front of us today, I don't hear nearly as much news declaring the fact that rates have gone back down from the highs of 6 to 5.125. I'm not saying they're going down. I'm not even saying they're going to stay there. I'm just saying they're not going up. And that was a lie from the first time they told it. And I don't really understand why. The second lie is that inventory is rising. And what do I mean by that? Let's take a look at Realtor.com, which was sold by realtors as a marketing site now, primarily, or a sales site. For clear as day. Now, when somebody tells you something is clear as day about the economy, no, they're misleading you. For clear as day signs, the housing market is cooling down. Well, maybe it cooled down for sure, is cooling down. And what it means for buyers and sellers. These are four clearest signs that the market's cooling. Number one is asking prices are up, but getting cut left and right. But when you read the details, asking prices are up significantly over 16% from a year ago. It's true that more sellers are cutting their price, but they're cutting it below the last price. So prices are going up, just not as much as sellers want. The sellers adjusted down, still up, but not as much. And then homes are selling. That's the data they give you in the article. Then you have these real estate agents giving you some other economists giving you some other insight. Number two, fewer homes going for sale. Now remember, the title was clear as day signs the housing market is cooling down. But if fewer houses are going for sale, the prices, they're not going to sell them at a fire sale price. They're happy to keep them at the price that they have now. That doesn't mean housing prices are going down. That means housing prices are going to stay the same or go up. Number three, the pace of home sales is at a turning point. It's true. Sales volume has gone down about 30% year over year. But even despite sales activity going down, prices aren't cutting. You know, in clothing, for example, when stores have sales go down, they have to discount the T-shirts or jeans to get rid of the inventory. That's not happening here. Sales are down, but prices are holding steady. And they finally say in Realtor.com, mortgage rates dip, but that would indicate the market's going to increase, or that would be a factor that buyers now might want to jump in and buy. Now, it's true. The reason why mortgages dipped is concerns about the economy overall slowing down. That doesn't mean that everybody is slowing down. That just means some are, some aren't. So again, are those clear as day signs? I don't know what clear as day means to Realtor.com, but that doesn't make it to me. What I find fascinating is here's one article where they're talking about asking prices are going up but being cut left and right. And then the next article, same magazine, Realtor.com, saying that, oops, I lost the spot here. Is it time to slash your home price? Reductions aren't as bad as you think. So here they're telling you they're so bad that it's a clear sign the market's cooling off. And this article is telling you, well, they're cutting prices, but not as bad as you think. They can't decide which story they want to go with. And then to summarize it, Here's an article from Realtor.com saying, prepare yourself that U.S. housing market is at the beginning stages of the most significant contraction since 2006. Well, that sounds terrible. Contraction since 2006, we know prices went down in some markets 20, 30, 40%. But down below it says, I don't think home sales are going to go grind to a halt. They'll just slow. People still be able to sell homes, but it just may take you a bit longer than what it's been. And as it goes on further to say, they don't expect prices to go down. So here, Realtor.com is totally confused. They can't decide with inventory, is it going up, it's going down, it's slowing, it's improving. Should you slash prices or not, and should you panic or not? I just think they're looking for articles without having any real indication. Big lie number 3, are we in a recession? Now, I studied economics in college, and the dictionary definition of recession is the second straight decline of gross domestic product. That is the definition of a recession, period, in the subject. Why then is our Fed chief, Jerome Powell, saying he doesn't think the U.S. is currently in recession? Now, again, I'm not a politician. I don't care where you stand on politics. The key is to be honest about where we are. And by any reasonable economic standard textbook of my lifetime, we had a recession the first half of the year. And unless things picked up, we're probably still in the midst of that recession. And you can say it's not, and you can hope it's not, and you might even campaign saying it's not. And I can respect people doing that to keep their jobs. But as a businessman, no, we were in a recession. We're probably still in a recession. At some point, we'll work our way out of it. I don't know when or how all that happens. So what's really happening? Well, we do know, though, that there's still business being done. We do know that every time the market seems to hit a new low, it pops back up again. A great analysis done by Calculated Risk took the Bureau of Economic Analysis from the U.S. government, citing that personal income went up 0.6%, or an annualized rate of 7.2%, below inflation of 9.1%, but still income going up. Slower than we'd like it, for sure, but still going up. So what's all this mean? Look, everything could change tomorrow. Russia could invade Poland. China could invade Taiwan. Mexico could invade America. Who knows? Everything would change. But as of right now, housing inventory is modestly higher than it was, but about the same as historic lows last year. Mortgage rates, which seem to be on a spiral up, aren't spiraling up and actually given back some of that. Like gas prices have come back down a bit, easing some concerns. Sellers are getting homes sold. Buyers are getting houses purchased. So what I would say is if you look at the data, as always, make the best decision for you. If it's time to buy a house and you can afford it, buy a house. If it's time to sell a house and downsize or move, then sell. But based on everything I see right now, the market is not falling apart. It did fall apart this past week. It didn't hit new highs last week, but we seem to be in a moderating, cooling from the hot market to still a strong market. If I can help you build growth, the LA Probate Expert, make today your best day ever.